Last Friday, I was given the opportunity to fly in Live Copter 3 to the Yosemite Valley. We were concerned about the Merced River flooding, and there was an upcoming closure of part of the park due to the potential for flooding because of the snowmelt going on. It also provided me an opportunity to see Yosemite in a way that I've never seen it before, and few of us ever do. To be able to hover over the valley at about 11,000 feet for a couple of hours gives you perspectives of things like El Capitan and Half Dome and the waterfalls that you just don't often see. Now, I'll be honest, I've been to Yosemite a lot of times, done a lot of photography there, and quite often the views from the floor are actually better than what you get from the air, but we don't often see a lot of these perspectives from the air. So I wanted to show you some of the images that I was able to capture there and maybe give you some views that you have not seen before. Now, we started our tour actually at Hetchy. And these are the waterfalls that are flowing into Hetchy. Wapama Falls is the most famous of those. And this is a closer look at that. Now down here, it's very hard to see, but right down in here, there is a footbridge. So there is a trail that goes along here, and there's a footbridge. And if you take that trail, you get soaking wet because of the spray coming off of here. But this is a spectacular hike along Hetchy that a lot of people never do take. They usually go to the Yosemite Valley and skip Hetchy, but this is a popular area to go to. And it is a spectacular waterfall here. That's, again, Wapama Falls. Now, as we were flying from the north to the south, again, a perspective that you don't often see. Of course, this is Half Dome right here. El Capitan would be right in here, but then if you look to the south here, just look at the mountain range behind it and all the snow that you see up here, all the snow-capped peaks. And just as a reference, the top of Half Dome here is about 8,800 feet. And even though it's in bright sunshine and has been, you can see that there is still a fair amount of snow there. This is Bridalveil Falls. It is flowing tremendously. This is Bridalveil Creek that comes down here and then just drops off. And the view from tunnel view is terrific right now, but this is the view from the air. And I'll give you a closer look at the amount of spray coming down off of this. And even down toward the parking lot, quite often you get spray when the flow is coming this strong. But that, again, is Bridalveil Falls, just a spectacular view. Now, this is a waterfall that you rarely see from the valley. It's not that it's a rare waterfall, but this is called Ribbon Falls. El Capitan is over here, so this is on the north side of the valley, if you will. But this is a long, continuous waterfall that is even longer than Yosemite Falls. And the problem is that it's hidden, and it's called Ribbon Falls, and it's very difficult to see or get a good perspective from the valley floor to see that waterfall. So there's something you'd never see or rarely see. This, of course, is Yosemite Falls, and I really like this picture because you see not only the snow that's up here, but then, of course, the long, beautiful waterfall itself. This is Upper Yosemite Falls. And so you can just kind of picture this snow melting and draining down into here. And then the amount of water down here is just immense. And you can see the amount of spray coming down here. And it kind of goes into a cascade here before it then falls down into the lower Yosemite Falls. This is Nevada Falls, so Half Dome would be off here to the left. This is the Merced River itself. This is Nevada Falls, and many of you have probably seen this or gone here before. This eventually flows down to Vernal Falls along the Mist Trail. So this is just a beautiful shot. Of course, a lot of water flowing in here. And then this is another shot of Ribbon Falls. And the thing I liked about this was that we are actually getting a bit of a rainbow sort of image in here. So also wanted to show you a couple of other images here. So this is Half Dome. We kind of did a tour around Half Dome, if you will. And this, I just loved the amount of detail that you're able to see here. If you've ever hiked it, you hike up this side here. This is where the cables are, and then there's the relatively flat plateau up in here. This is, I also like this view because this is looking straight up the valley. Here's El Capitan, here's Bridalveil Falls, and you can make out the Merced River coming up down and through here. And then if you come up, you can see more of Half Dome is over here. Just, I really like this view of the Yosemite Valley itself and the Merced River just coming down through the valley. This is another that same perspective, but I shot it in a different format. So this time you see Bridalveil, you'll see El Capitan, and then as I come up here, you'll see Half Dome here, and then again all the snow beyond that. It just doesn't work very well in this format. It's a yeah, different. This will look better as a full print as opposed to in the format I'm showing it to you here. But again, it shows you the whole valley with the waterfalls coming down. And again, you have Bridalveil Falls here, and then back up in here would be Nevada Falls and Vernal Falls. That's the Merced River coming down in here. This is Tenaya Canyon, so there's Tenaya Creek that comes in through here, and then you have Yosemite Falls and all the other falls that eventually come down into the Merced, and that's why the Merced River can run so high when we get all this snowmelt. Really like this image too. This is Tenaya Lake in here. So you're looking up toward Tioga Pass. And Tenaya Lake, I know this doesn't look all that vibrant, but it has this beautiful blue hue to it right now. And again, you can see all of that, all of the snow that is still left to melt and all the domes that are coming out of the snow. Highway 120 goes right along here. And by the way, we did tour along 120 a little bit, and there's still a lot of snow on 120. It's going to be a long time before 120 is opened this year. And just one more shot for you. This is once again the Merced River, and this has like this shot because you have Nevada Fall here, and then you have Vernal Fall here. So you have the two of them combined into one shot there. So again, that was my perspective of Yosemite. And if you ever get a chance, if you haven't been there, I've heard from so many people who live in Northern California who've never been to Yosemite, and we are going to see the waterfalls in their full glory well into summer. So take advantage of any time you can to go to Yosemite, visit it. It is spectacular from the air, but also from the ground as well. Take care.